What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Cosmic Carry here, bringing you another World of Tanks video. For those of you that are new here, please feel free to subscribe to my channel, and for my regular viewers and subscribers, hello, welcome everybody. And today I should be bringing gameplay of my tier 9 Soviet TD, the pardon me, SU-122-54. so technical, and I've kind of discovered this tank. I would say so, absolutely, because of the fact that in the initial stages of me getting this tank, it's kind of, up until this point, they're all quirky and different and this and that, and this is just regular straight up TD. There is nothing that much to discover when it comes to the SU-122-54. It is just straight up the TD with not that great accuracy. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. With all of the Soviet Soviet TDs up until this point, it was always a question of figuring out the strengths and figuring out the weaknesses and trying to put the strengths into play and hide the weaknesses. And with this tank, it kind of clicked with me about 10-20 games in playing this tank. I've already played this tank, and that's because I own the tier 7 Soviet premium, the SU-122-54. It is pretty much, in a nutshell, pretty much the same tank, with the speed, with the mobility, the traverse, the features of the tank. It really is pretty much the same tank, except for the fact this is the SU-122-54 is a tier 7, and this is a tier 9. And once that kind of clicked, because once I got into the 54, and I said, this tank really does feel familiar. It really does feel familiar to me. But once it kind of dawned on me that it was pretty much that tank, I said to myself, okay, I know how to play this tank. And you most definitely do not play it as a conventional TD. I mean, you can snipe, but it's 0.35 accuracy. So, long range shots, and you can make it work, so to speak, every once in a blue moon. But yeah, for the most part, it's not the greatest of TDs and all of that good stuff. But with these type of TDs, you got to use your speed. You really got to use your speed as an to your advantage, absolutely. And if you do, you're going to have great games. And what do I mean by speed? But literally, relocating to better positions, better spots on the map, changing the way you're approaching the enemies and all of that good stuff. And not only that, just screwing with the enemy. You can do the ring of death, except it's not the ring of death with this tank, because you really can't, but you can severely kind of mess with people in this tank. And I remember doing the ring of death around the E75 in this tank, except that it doesn't end with death, because I'm just fucking with the people. I'm just screwing with them. I'm just basically keeping them lit up so somebody else can get shots on target. It is that quick. It is that nimble. Of course, I don't advise it, do the ring of death in this tank. It's just, I have done it. And it does kind of work, and keeping him tracked. Oh no, I'm lit up. But anyway, what I'm saying is, there's lots of fun to be had in this tank. There's so much fun to be had in this tank. You've got the big kick-ass gun, 122mm, so there's loads of fun to be had there. And pen 258 damage, 440. Rate of fire, I think it was 6.5. Accuracy, 0.35. Aim time 2.5. Atrocious, but it is very similar. Very similar. Pardon me, to the 4.4. Absolutely. So we are good to go. They're storming our base. And I'm kind of trying to say to myself, where can I place my look? You see all those bounces. Where can I place myself, to get shots on target? It's pretty much 50-50. We're leading 87, but that's nothing. I come over here, and I'm kind of scratching my head, Okay, I can scoot up here, but all my compatriots are already up here, so I decide, okay, I know exactly where I need to place my tank to get shots on target, and that is the hill. And this is what I'm talking about with the speed of this thing. Let's get on that hill and get shots on target and make sure they don't cap our base. And this is precisely what I was talking about in the initial stages of the game. The speed of this thing. It's got very, very decent speed. I'm going uphill and I'm doing 40. And we're good to go. And you saw those bounces, and yeah, it's very similar to the tier 7. Very similar indeed. But by the time I get up here, we're good to go, so to speak. We've developed a nice healthy lead, but at the same time, I didn't want 3 bad guys to cap the base and somehow sort of kind of end up capping the base. And E100 side shot can do this all day. Absolutely, we are good to go. I'm apprehensive, but at the same time, I'm good. I've got 1500 hit points. I'll take a shot or two, so to speak. And he gets away. And Mr. IS-3, and it's very fidgety. When you're zooming in sniper mode, it's a very fidgety gun, and trying to make that the binocs kick in and all that good stuff, and it's very fidgety. It's a lot to get used to, but I've been playing this. We're at tier 9. I'm kind of used to it. Good to go. Power slide, beautiful power slide. Nice there. All that is left is Mr. Panther there, and we are good to go. Good little game there. Very nice. Very nice demonstration of the sniping capabilities of this tank, and really, really decent relocating abilities of this tank. Pick up my mastery badge and a Confederate, 4.4k damage. Very, very decent, I must say. And next game we are on airfield, and I think this kind of game demonstrates a little bit better, what I was talking about, which is the speed of this tank, and relocating to wherever you need it, basically, wherever you need it. And initial stages of the game, it's lovely to be up here in SED, and I do kind of ask myself, how many people watch my videos? I see how many people watch my videos, but yeah, so sometimes you start up the game, you get into your favorite spot, and whereas I don't know, a week or two ago you'd see like 10 enemy tanks and you get nice little side shots into them. All of a sudden there's none. I was on what was it? Is it Karelia? It is Karelia. And you get into my nice little campy spot, and there's no bad guys. They're playing it smart. I mean, possibly maybe it's I'm not necessarily watching my vids and kind of learning from them or anything like that. I'm not saying that, but it is a small world on the European server. It's most definitely a small world. So, but either or, possibly maybe I'd say it's just people like learning the map, so to speak. And what is it? The Pacific Island. Usually you roll up into that camping spot right when you spawn into the south spawn. And you roll up into that camping spot on that little ridge just beyond where you spawn, and you get shots on target within the first 30 seconds, like 5-6 shots. People cresting the hill, from the north spawn, and And nowadays that doesn't happen anymore because people, you know, they have map awareness, they have map knowledge, they kind of learnt the game, they've learnt the map. So anyhow, so this is what I was talking about. This is what I was talking about. Yeah, you know, it's kind of, I'm lying. It's not necessarily the ring of death. It's kind of yeah, it's a very half-assed trouble. Not the greatest ring of death. It's kind of a ring of death, I guess. He does die, so there's that. So but yeah, that was exactly what I was talking about. It wasn't an E75, it was SDI, SD1, whatever it is. Same thing, T9, heavy, good to go. So yeah, so that's kind of a good I totally forgot that was in the game there, and that's kind of exactly what I was talking about. It's a very haphazard ring of death, not the greatest ring of death, but you know, he died nonetheless. So good to go, good to go. So currently leading 10-4. We've developed a nice little lead. I've yet to pick up any kills, but you can see me pushing up here. I'm searching for that last remaining sniper, and I'm confident. I'm confident. You know, I'm coming up here. I'm not lit up. That means they're all to the right. You know, that means they're all to the right. All the enemies have been cleared out of their base, and we are good to go. Just one piece of arty, 2 mediums of TD, and a heavy left. Searching for targets, and I have lost, pardon me, 50% of my hit points. And there is Artie. Hello. Nice little snapshot there, and I pull into safety of these hangars. So 2 enemies, one to my left, one to my right. Medium up ahead. Let my sixth sense kind of disappear. He gets a bounce off me. Thank you very much. Been a nice little side shot into him. Absolutely. And you just got, I'm wondering where the guy on my left was. Was he going to YOLO at me? Medium. Nice. Good to go. Absolutely. And this is what I'm talking about with the speed and the of this thing. You know, you got to remember you're forward-facing TD, so you know there's limitations to what you can do, most definitely. But you play the game like this in this tank, and it's like, oh, I wish I had a turret. I wish I had a turret. I wish I had a turret. But in this game, if I remember correctly, I do kind of go nuts with the speed. I'm kind of, yeah, kind of a little bit balmy. So I'm kind of, I remember this game, kind of figuring out my bearings. Where am I? Where have I spawned? Where are we on? You know, I couldn't figure it out, and I was, okay, I need to move. You know, because there's all the enemies are pretty much all the way on the other side, and all the enemies can pretty much see me, absolutely. And hide behind this bush. A bit of sniping, and Mr. Tiger there. I mean, for the life of me, please, gentlemen, you know, you got, when you spawn in this game mode on this map, you gotta, everybody can see each other. You know, you can see the enemies instantly, path, just like that, and they can see you. You know, so do not be losing half your hit points due to the fact that, you know, you're passing right in front of them. You know. Because you know, I'm fully aware of that, and straight away I kind of take advantage. I did you know, in the initial stages of the game, I was kind of trying to find my bearings. But as soon as in this game mode on this map, I'm like, oh, okay, turn, face, shoot, fire. They're right there, you know, straight away. You know, you can see them. And deciding what to do, you know, there's not a lot you can do with this tank, with the gun depression and this and that, and you got to push on the flank. Those are pretty much your only options for you to have any kind of success, you know, because it's all about your tank, and the gun depression is lousy on this thing. So how am I supposed to shoot guys, you know, across the railroad track, and you know, all of that good stuff? I can't. So like a silent ninja, can can I swoop into the enemy base without being detected, without being seen? And I decide to hug the red line as much as possible. And yeah, I've made it into the enemy base. And this is due to the fact that, you know, it's not assault, what is it, I can't remember the other game mode. And they all spawn on the other side, you know, they all spawn on the other side, so there's nobody over here. But we are good to go. And this is what I'm talking about, how it's very fiddly, shifting your tank and sniper mode, and it is very fiddly. You got to move your whole tank. Once you do move your whole tank, you know, your reticle kind of blooms out. And, yeah, so it's very, very fiddly, and something that you just need to get used to. Pardon me. And and this is the part where I go ham. And this is the part where I went mental, where I decided to invade the enemy base, and we're actually losing. We're losing 4-5. Pardon me, we just evened it out 5-5. And I decided initially to be a bit of a smart ass, and I was hoping to get some hits on this Lorraine 40T. He actually gets a hit on me. So there you go. And I know there's, you know, there's Lorraine, and I believe there's a Tiger there, you know, capping the base. How'd you like that, buddy? And we're good to go. We're good to go. It's too low profile to be effective here. Way too low profile of a tank. Absolutely, that's not gonna work. You know, possibly maybe he knows I'm back here, so he's kind of hiding. I'm waiting. Willy. Nah, it's not gonna happen. So again, going ham, part 2. going a crazy loco, whatever you want to call it, in the middle of the enemy base. We're only leading by 2, and that's it. Mr. Tiger. Now, I'm so surprised he doesn't see me. Lifts up his front plate perfectly for me to penetrate him. And what do we see to my left? Borsig. I am gonna give you a big old kiss, Mr. Borsig. Get one into him. I look at my hit points. I look at his hit points. You know, it's totally effective getting around, you know, on the Borsig and the Wolfentrager off Panzer 4s. It's like a free shot. You know, you really do. You get a free shot into them. You ram them, and you'll get around 200 damage, and it's like, you know, somebody's thrown an extra shot in there for you, so to speak. So whenever you see Borsig or Wolfentrager off Panzer 4, if you can, go for a ram. Absolutely. Going ham, part 3. Only one enemy left. I believe it was an E75. My compadre is requesting help. Tiger 2, help me. No problemo. I'm on my way, buddy, in my TD. And nah, I'm not going to ram this guy. But, you know, he presents his side perfectly, and I take him out. You're welcome. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed. Having a blast in this thing. My win rate is like 60-65%. It's very, very decent tank. Love it. Take it easy. Adios, muchachos.